Hi, welcome to this evening's Tarot and Chill. To be quite honest, I actually went. Sorry, I'm just adjusting everything now. I went and checked in the possibility of going live via TikTok, and that didn't work. And I really expected it to. So to consolidate for all of that, I've decided to randomly go on live here via YouTube, do a Tarot and Chill. If you haven't been to one of these, then you'll catch the vibe. Instructions are in the title. It is as it goes. I also find it funny that I start speaking right off the bat when there definitely won't be people in the chat room. I'm literally talking to myself, knowingly. But whatever. Trying out... Oopsie. I'm trying something new. Trying a new time. Everything about this is very new, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. But I do remember specifically intending on doing these more often. In discussing this with my sibling, she suggested that I do these like every day for at least an hour, which I am keen for. So we'll see how that goes. And as I said, I'm trying things out. So yeah, I can only hope everything goes well. We'll see what the attendance is like. I don't even think I'm going to save this live, actually. And I was naming these Tarot and Chills before, just for my own sake, in like... What's the word? In marking how far I've come, marking how many of these I've done, because I do think it's a big deal that I'm present for these things. But I decided I'd stop doing that as well, because I'm trying to figure out... I'm sorry, and I really should have figured this out before. I'm trying to figure out how to put the live chat window inside the app that I'm using to stream. But in the meantime, I hope that you're good. Oh my god, I can't. Alright. Well, it's too complicated. Too much. We will just have to see. I'll just have to toggle between windows. But anyway, I'll be able to see your chats. It may be like delayed by a few seconds, but I'll catch it when I catch it. And yeah, this goes as you would assume. Pop a question and I will pull cards for you. I'm using the deck that I usually use. This is the deck that I work with. I used to be a Raider Wet girl, but I am no longer that. I resonate more with this deck, the Intuitive Tarot by Stella Conway, which I've definitely recommended before for water sign placements. The art that Stella has drawn is very, very beautiful. And it resonates with my Pisces heart. Oh, nice. Yes. All right. So I'm going to be here for about an hour or so. It's really late. Like I said, I'm trying it out, seeing the vibe. If I don't get any questions or anything like that by the 30-minute mark, then I think I'll just close it off, try again tomorrow evening. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how. I would really like to start getting serious about it and streaming every day. I'm obviously still going to work on, like, there's a lot of room for improvement given how new this is. So, yeah. Feel free to ask me anything that might be on your mind. Or we can just generally chat about the vibes that are in the air right now, considering how vibey it is in general. This is going to be a very important month for us all. Lots of transits happening. I was watching a video today. The transits are happening particularly in the outer planets, as per told by astrologer Pam Gregory, who you can find in the description of various readings that I have done and live streamed. She's also very easy to find via YouTube if you just type in her name, Pam Gregory. Sounds as you spell it. It spells as you sound it. And yeah, trying to find my train of thought again. Just essentially that times are intense. Very, very intense. There's potential for lots of change. And hopefully we don't get in the way of ourselves. And we let the change happen. Surrender to everything. And keep hopeful. Try to stay hoping for the best. I'd also like to place the intention on these things that while it is that I'm doing free readings, nobody's telling you not to pay me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's telling you not to pay the girl. This is an energy exchange on my part, which I'm very happy to do. But if you're interested in tipping me, please feel free to find the coffee link in my YouTube profile. I also have a PayPal. Or we can talk about like any other forms of exchange you think are worth my offering. But as I put in the title, these are free, and because of how small the chat rooms are, because of how few questions I get at a time, because of how unpredictable it is in general as well, there's no pressure in terms of how many questions you can ask. I'm not sure what my intention is here in terms of like growth and stuff, because I've mentioned before that I would be pretty freaked out if there were plenty of chats happening, plenty of energies I had to tap into. I'm very, very grateful that my presence by this whole thing is still a little bit nichey, and I get like less than 10 people in the chat room at a time. It is very, I think it helps me channel more accurately because I get to focus on so few energies at a time. I think I'd be going crazy and I'd be a lot more aggressive as a person. My channeling would be a lot more aggressive. Following the line of the recent live stream I did, the recent weekly reading I did, I was very aggressive in that one. But I'm grateful to have had people reach out and tell me that that frequency of tough love and aggression is actually useful for them. I'm really grateful for that, actually, because I really felt like I was shouting my ass off. And like I mentioned in the reading, I'm speaking from being in the field with you, knowing that I'm speaking to a future version of myself that'll probably need that message. Because yeah, everything I was shouting it, but it's still something I'm learning. My sister also suggested that as people pop in questions, this was for TikTok, but yeah, as people pop in questions, they should mention like their star sign or something. Their star sign, their name, and the question that they have to ask. Although, yeah, it feels like more of a TikTok adjacent thing versus something that's for YouTube. So yeah, 20 more minutes. If no question comes, then I'm gonna end the live and then try again tomorrow, possibly every day. I think it would be fun just to see how far I can push this thing. I'm sorry that the signal sucks right now. Clearly, I'm tuning in on my own PC and I see that it keeps lagging, which is an annoying experience, but I hope that I can still be heard. I've linked this evening's music already, so it's in the description if you'd like to enjoy this without my talking or in your own time privately. The playlist that I'm playing is in the description. As I mentioned earlier, I'm really only here because I tried to stream live on another app and it didn't work out. And I got really irritated by that because I had come with a preparedness to pull some cards for people. I was like very, very ready. And I figured, why shut that energy down versus expending it just on another app, on another platform, which is where I usually do these things. So why not, you know? I'm also trying to play around with which day works. It seems like a weekend bangs more. This is the first time I'm doing it on a Monday evening. Oh my God, it is Monday, right? It is Monday, okay. This is the first time I'm doing it on a Monday evening. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Yeah, first time I'm doing it on Monday evening, seeing how it fits, seeing what works, seeing the vibe. I'm okay, Carrie. Thank you for asking. I'm doing card pulls right now. I'm sorry, I actually don't understand the difference between what you're asking. Readings or card pull, I don't know. But considering the fact that you are, sure, yeah, just ask a question. So yeah, what I'm doing is you ask a question, I pull cards for the answer, depending on whether or not I can actually access the answer. You get what I mean? And I've already mentioned this already, considering the fact that my chat rooms are always so small, you can just do as you please. We can work together and I can let you know where my boundaries are. You let me know where your boundaries are. It's very free, open space. As it is small right now, so it's very easy to manage the energy of like only a handful of people. Should my viewership increase and there are like more than 15 people in the chat, then the way that I manage the questions and pull card pulls is going to be different. So yeah, it's super chilled right now. You can ask absolutely anything you want. It is nice. Thank you. It is nice. I enjoy this. I really, it's intimate. I'm imagining like passerbys just coming in and out while I'm in a very dimly lit room. And you come, ask a question, and then you leave. And I'm just chilling, vibing out, waiting for whoever to come to use me, so to speak. What to expect because I didn't have any time. Okay. So when I find myself having a hard time with an ex, it normally implies that there's unfinished business, so that you won't be able to move on to your next love life unless the business that you have is completely finished. Or if you do move on, you find a next love, this ex is not going to leave you alone. Even energetically, this person is going to reflect somehow in your future relationships. So I am going to tap into whatever this hard time is so that you can clear it. I do remember pulling cards for you, Carrie, but I don't remember what the cards were. So yeah, it's a new day, a new reading. We'll see what comes up. So you have the Two of Swords, which to me implies that the choice is mostly yours. Okay. There's clearly some I'm feeling the fact that you need to... It feels like it shouldn't be that complicated. It feels like the complication is coming from some kind of like overthinking. I'm going to pull another card to see. Or like a lack of trust or some kind of misaligned intention. It's like, let me just pull another card and see. Okay, so you have the Three of Rods as a follow-up card, which I think just, it again, both of these cards falling out imply to me that it's all under your control. But I'm sensing that you don't seem to understand that. Like the way that you are in control of this is missing to you. I really am getting the sense that you're overthinking, or that it doesn't have to be so complicated. Like, if you are, can you clarify for me whether or not you're a spiritual person, or what your how do you find energetic spiritual grounding? Do you pray? Do you meditate? Because it feels like that might be necessary for you to get a clear answer on what it is. Okay. Okay. Well, interestingly enough, these cards actually, so they speak to, okay, then I do suggest that you do and try the method of praying for clarity or praying for more understanding, specifically with your dreams. I had seen through other astrologers that this month is going to be very powerful via dream communication. So if this is something that resonates, you know, you can try it. Before going to sleep, ask for a clear answer from yourself or a clarification on understanding what is happening between you and this ex, because I off the bat, I'm feeling like you won't be able to move on from this ex. It doesn't feel like there's a next per se. It feels like what first needs to happen is you two need to face whatever's going on between you two in general. And I was going to say that these two cards falling out, it doesn't speak of the fact that you two should like leave the relationship and like let it go. It doesn't speak of it doesn't speak of the outcome of your reconciliation being bad. This card has, in its interpretation, has the sentence conflict resolution. And both of the cards speak of some new potential, like a potential energy. Which is to say that it doesn't seem as though you two are like bad for each other. There doesn't seem to be this like intense toxicity. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Okay, I'll make you food. There doesn't seem to be this intense toxicity, like you guys are, like you two would steer each other away from the other's path, which is great. It may even be that you two merging is going to create a third thing. It's going to create, like, your two's relationship has a life of its own, but you two just need to figure it out. But you mentioning that you're an overthinker may be just that. You just need to try get out of your own way. I suggest you work with your dreams. It feels important that you do so, and that you specifically ask of your subconscious to give you answers or to find clarity on how to decide how to move on, whether or not to move on. I'm also feeling to suggest that you use water. I don't know if you've heard of this method of pouring a glass of water, placing it by your bedside or by your window or your door, your bedroom door, and placing or praying the intention over it to help you find answers, find clarification. You can do anything you want with that glass of water. Just pray over it in the understanding that it's a body of, it's a divination tool. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm glad you have heard of it. Then it would be easier to, it'll resonate with you easier. There is a possible one. Yes, that's what. So these cards to me speak of both of them speak of a newness, a new potential energy, some creation. Okay. Oh, first I heard, sorry, I misread your message. My mistake. These cards speak of a new potential energy. The problem is, though, that someone's not deciding. There's an uncertainty, and it's like it's like the energy of reconciliation is waiting for one of you to be sure. Someone's not sure. But there is potential for something to come out of it. The reconciliation is really up to you. One of you have to want it bad enough. And if it does happen, something new something new comes of it. Yeah. It looks useful. Like it'll feed you both. All right. So, I don't really enjoy indecisive energy. I've actually recently dealt with this frequency in my life where I was trying to be in union with someone, but they weren't decisive, and I was caught between deciding to wait for him to decide and to meet me where I'm at, or I move on, and because I'm ready and he wasn't. I don't want to change the fact that I'm ready. I'm ready. I don't want to wait, you know? So if that's something you resonate with, then I really just generally, I don't support waiting. I don't enjoy indecisiveness, especially in love and relationships. I really feel like we all in love and relationship, we all deserve someone who's certain. And I believe that there is a chance, or there is a love for everyone, that where you can meet someone at the exact same frequency at the perfect time where you're both decisive of each other at the same time. I believe in that possibility, and I believe that we all deserve that. So I wouldn't recommend that you work with someone who's indecisive. But this card also speaks of like creativity, art, outlets in that way. So if it is that you love him and you're willing to wait, then you should. And in the meantime, to kind of let out any pent-up frustration that you may have in waiting for him to decide, you should get creative, start writing, maybe journaling. That might actually help you find clarity in general. And we both have hurt each other. Okay, so this is outside of card. Okay, no, but this card thing is the writing. Sorry, I'm feeling like recommending this method that I once saw. You'll let me know if you've heard of it as well. Two people in a relationship, when they're not understanding each other, they keep missing each other. I saw a suggestion where you write a letter to each other where you promise to only respond in writing. So you'll give him a book, he gives you a book. In that book, you guys write all of these intense thoughts and emotions that you may be having, and both of you can only respond to each other in writing or in that book. You can't verbalize it. That might help you find clarity. There really is a lack of clarity here. That's the only issue. Once the clarity comes, then the decision whether to reconcile or not will be easy. I think for both of you it'll come easy, especially for you. Yes, he's indecisive, but I feel like his indecisiveness is mirroring something in you. It's like you guys could be on the same page, but you're not. And that's always unfortunate, especially in love. It doesn't have to be that way. Yeah. He does no contact. All right, then. Yeah, no, Carrie, yeah. I suggest, yeah, again, with these two cards, I think it's also just generally time to focus on yourself. Again, these cards do not suggest that a reconciliation is not possible. It just, there's a lack of clarity that I think can be worked through if you just, yeah, focus on what I'd suggested and what you do already, your prayer and your prayer methods and everything. I really also keep feeling that you're more in control than you know, but something about this is making you feel out of control or like a victim or like, I mean, yeah. It also sucks to say about someone you care about, but there are plenty of fish in the sea. And yeah, there's something he has to teach you. But this, like I said, I keep saying, it's going to be a very intense month overall. I think lots of fated events are bound to happen. So if you two are really meant for each other, there will be no avoiding that. And you will reconcile whatever the cards have to say. But again, it doesn't feel like negative energy between you two. It does suck though, with what's presently in the air. There's still lots to work through. Hey Mancha, I'd like to know what to look forward to in July. Also struggling with an ex. Don't know if I should seek closure or just move on. I'm gonna pull a card for the ex first. It's interesting, ex energy. Oh, by the way, as well, everyone, you're welcome, Carrie. There are a lot of retrogrades happening this month as well, so I guess the ex energy does actually make sense. I just want to explore the energy more before I read what's fallen out. Okay, so it's giving that you need to move on, but there's something that there's a lesson that needs to settle in before moving on. The Four of Discs was the first card to fall out. And I don't imagine. So yeah, it doesn't feel like she left you feeling love. Like, this is the opposite of the way that you should be feeling in love and in a romantic relationship with someone. When you're in a loving relationship with someone, this is, to me, the opposite of how you should end up feeling. And then Judgment and Strength fell out in reverse. So it's definitely... Hold on. Let me just hold on. The card beneath the deck reads of the exact opposite of what I've been suggesting. This is a very complicated frequency. Let me ground myself. Sorry, Mancha. Oh. This is okay. Hold on. Okay, you two are meant for each other. That's what these cards are giving, is that like, and you got 10 of Cups in the bottom of the deck. You two are meant for each other. However, there's somebody suppressing the way that they feel, or they're lying to themselves about the way that they feel, or they're too scared of something. Someone's letting fear get in the way of hold on a second. Sorry, I spoke so out of turn there because yeah, man. This 10 of Cups energy for a love reading is very like, thank you so much, my love. I have linked the playlist in the description. This energy always gives, it's between two people, it's a very loving, committed, made for each other connection, whether romantic or not. It's just there's too much fear going on here. I think you should seek closure, and I think that the action of seeking closure will allow whatever needs to be processed about your guys' connection. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear going on. And I think seeking closure will help you understand that fear, or will help you both face it. Something needs to be processed and released. I think you should seek closure. I do. I think you two need to face each other again. I don't know if it is that you are meant to actually be together. Sorry for saying that so abruptly. However, I think that facing each other is important for both of you to release whatever this fear is of someone's gripping. It's like you're holding on. If you just move on, this frequency might follow. It might follow and then manifest in your future relationship should you actually want to move on and find and date other people. I personally don't like leaving this feels like unfinished business. And I don't like leaving unfinished business between exes. It's along the same frequency that I suggested with Carrie as well. I don't believe in leaving unfinished business between lovers, because it really does follow you. Even if you decide you don't want to ever see them again, you will manifest a version of them in your future relationships. It's like there'll be a ghost. And I don't know. I find it uncomfortable and unsettling. I would suggest that you seek closure just so that you can process whatever this is. Maybe either between you or her. It feels like there was a lot of love between you two. A lot of love. And it feels like just moving on, it would be unfair. There's this, it would be not moving on without at least facing each other. It feels like you two need to face each other just at least one more time. And I think this month will be the perfect one for it, considering the fact that there are so many planets going retrograde, so much revisiting, clearing out. I mentioned earlier on in this live that that I was watching the suggestion of I was watching about the astrological transits that are going to happen this month from Pam Gregory, who mentioned the fact that everything that we are going through right now is like a practice run for 2026. I also think that while this is a practice run, it's also an opportunity for us to really finish everything off, clear everything. So I'd never suggest just going on ahead. If you feel like you have things left behind, some baggage you need to clear out, the fact that you're even considering the fact that you want to seek closure means that you should seek closure. You should absolutely do it. Whatever can settle you, even if it's scary, you have to do the thing to whatever can help you walk lighter in general. Whatever can help you lighten your load and make you sure and certain. We're trying to find like confidence, you know, a frequency of confidence over ourselves, over our lives, certainty. One thing will follow you until you find solace and change the dynamic. Yes, exactly. And that solace will be, that solace is in what I'd mentioned, certainty, self-certainty. You'll know when you're being true to yourself. And that's the whole point. Just be true to yourself. Hopefully seeking closure is something that will be true. Obviously, if you don't feel like, if it doesn't resonate with you, I may suggest whatever I'm suggesting, but if it doesn't resonate with you ultimately to seek closure, then don't seek closure, regardless of what I pull or what anyone else has to say. It has to ultimately resonate with you and feel true to you. Hi Caldwell, sorry I didn't greet you. Oh yes, and I want to answer the second part of Mancha's, of your question. If you are still in the chat. Relationship itself felt like a soulmate connection. It needed, because of distance, there was a lot of fear in the relationship, but I was scared of how the connection will end. Yeah. That's a lot of fear, guys. Both of you scared at the same time of how the connection would end. Because both of these cards as well, they highlight this energy of fear, constriction, so the relationship, whatever it is that you guys could have potentially created, it couldn't even blossom or grow because there was like a, oh no, you know? That needs to be let go. So that whether or not you guys are even made, you two are made for each other, whether or not that's true, it feels like both of your purpose in each other's lives is to teach each other, or no, to learn how to be free, you know? Let love happen, let the pain happen, let everything happen. There was so much constriction. Both of these talk about that tightness, extreme tightness due to fear. I really think you two need to face each other. I think it would be helpful. If you reach out and she doesn't want closure, she doesn't want to talk to you, then at least you tried. And you faced that frequency inside yourself. How to be vulnerable, exactly. Thank you. Vulnerability is very scary. But we can't be scared of it anymore, especially not now. So many things are happening, so many things are going to happen. We can't be scared anymore. It would absolutely suck if we continue losing really beautiful things because we fear the end, the potential end. It's like what I'm experiencing now. I've grieved a lot in my life, and I've started living this path where everything I do now is for the potential of that grief. So everything about the way that I move is, you know, what if somebody dies? What if a death comes? And it's like, you know, everybody dies, everything ends, it happens. Okay. Then it's interesting that you're saying that you are finding it hard to forgive. It feels like whatever hardness that you have over the potential of forgiving, there's a tiny crack there, like a small little opening. Because I believe that if you were fully insistent on finding it hard to forgive, then you would have absolutely cut her off and you would have not even considered seeking closure. If somebody does something to me that I find hard to forgive, I don't care. I'm not interested in even hearing from them again. It's unforgivable, period. So it's like, I don't know, I guess you have to weigh how hard you find it to forgive her with how badly you want closure and or how much you care for her. But I ultimately do feel like seeking closure is your best bet, even if it ends in heartbreak or something disappointing. There is someone who reached out to me recently saying that she did this exact thing, reached out to her ex under my inspiration because it's something that I'd posted. So she reached out to her ex and it was extremely disappointing after having dreamt about him multiple times. And then they met up and it was extremely disappointing, extremely heartbreaking. She went to sleep and then woke up the next morning and she felt free because she was finally, from that heartbreak she experienced, able to let him go, finally. So maybe that's something that could happen to you. Same family as hers, but her family does not. Yeah. I think all of these mantras should be weighed against how much you love her, how deeply you feel pulled by her energy. Weigh all of it against how much you love her, how much you believe in love in general. How willing you are to let go of fear. Because again, if on paper, if you care enough about someone, nothing else matters. If you love someone, if you really, really love someone, nothing will get in the way of how you love them, of how you can love them. I'm so sorry, my love. I caught on late about how does what align with my values? Can you expand more on that question? Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, yes, and you should like you should type her at. It's weird because in the comments they don't tag, like you won't get notified if someone's tagging you. You'll have to actively search and see. But yeah. I'm really grateful for this evening's presence. Is it possible to do a briefing in my next month in terms of career? Okay, cool. Of course. So I think I'm just going to pull cards for your career in general. Unless maybe you have plans. Is that why you asked it like that? Saying career and linking it with the month. You're welcome. But anyway, I'm just going to pull cards for your career. Interesting. So you got the 10 of discs, and then you got the Empress, and then underneath the deck is the Magician. And with all of these cards falling out in general, I immediately got the sense that you could try out entrepreneurship, but like you'd have to really practice like believing in the universe. This card also speaks of like familial. Oh, if you know about like your bloodline, it feels like there's an answer there about your life's purpose. Like this is not just, it feels like your career mustn't just lean into how to make money. You need to start aligning with your soul's purpose, like your actual gig in life, the thing you're actually supposed to be doing that's going to guaranteed make you rich, super rich, generational wealth type stuff. But it feels like, and it feels like the answer lies somewhere in your bloodline. Have you spoken to your mother about like your work? I don't know whether or not it's painful to explore or if she could be helpful to you. It feels like it feels like you could find a lot of success continuing work that someone in your bloodline has already done, or like you're going to be an artisan of some sort, an artisan creating things, like entrepreneurship vibes, but you're going to be doing it yourself with your own hands, creating stuff. And again, yeah, it feels like an extension of something that someone in your bloodline has already done, but I'm not sure. Let me just look into the 10 of discs as an energy. The interpretation of this card speaks of family tradition, the family, inheritance, a pregnancy, birth or bereavement, the human family, genealogical research, connections, healing a family breach, universal ideas and situations. And then this card in general just speaks of, I mean, you can see for yourself, what's fertility, abundance. Yeah, I think, thank you for that message. And I think that part of why it's so accurate is because you're open to receiving a channeling. I find that it's like easier to read for people who are actually open to receiving an answer versus somebody who asks a question and already has a specific answer that they want. It's going to be hard to like channel for that person. But anyway, thank you for being open. Yeah. Okay, cool. And you are an artist, this I know. Yeah, and I figured as well. Great, you don't have a great relationship. That's a shame. That's a shame. If you've never seen the movie Encanto, then I think you should look into it. I want to actually type it just in the chat. Yeah, it's giving. It's giving. So that even if your mom's not listening and you guys don't have a good relationship, somebody in your bloodline, someone on your maternal side, even if it's ancestrally, they're already like on your side. It's like someone's trying to give you answers also, like spiritually. Yeah. It's unfortunate though, because I'm also sensing the fact that you could really use... Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. Okay, you should definitely watch Encanto then. I hope it helps to understand your potential. It helped me understand mine. Although I haven't gotten all the way, it was very comforting to know that sometimes you can walk a journey and you really don't know what the end is, but as long as you're still walking, you know? You're very welcome, Mancha. Sure, definitely weigh out the options, for sure. Yeah. It also kind of feels, Mancha, like you already have an answer. Like you already know what you want to do. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe you're feeling like you'll be mean if you move on too much. I mean, too fast. Like you want to give her a chance. Like you are a very generally forgiving person. But anyway, you know the answer already. You really do. Okay, cool. Yeah, it is. So with these cards falling out, it is maternal for now. It's giving something very maternal right now, although I wouldn't close off the possibility of connecting to both sides, even if you don't know who's who on your paternal side. I'm not very familiar with my paternal side, but I did feel after like doing the ancestral work that they had always been right there to communicate with me. I was just too stubborn and closed off to hear them out. And my dad and I, we are no contact right now, by the way. But I am connected. I do feel connected to his bloodline. So that can happen. Cool. Yeah, as I was saying actually earlier, I'm really, really grateful for this evening's turnout. This was awesome. I did say that exploring this would come with the intention of activating this as a daily thing. So I want to turn this into a work thing, you know? Or into a hobby at least. Something I really love. So I will be looking into trying to do these things every day, although I don't know if I'll have the consistent energy to be able to show up the same every day, but we'll see. I didn't want to do these for too long. And on this playlist, I have about 4 minutes left. So I'm going to let this playlist finish and then end the live. Very cool. Thank you. Mancha, if you're still present, I'm sorry. I remembered that I didn't pull a card for you for your July energy. I'm gonna do it now. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And no pressure in general as well. I'd mentioned before that I love how small and intimate these readings are. And I'm not tight on how many people are present. I'm not on that growth spectrum yet. I'm not trying to make this a huge thing. I'm very comfortable with just pulling cards in general. I really love tarot. Okay. So you got the 4 of Cups, Mancha. So I don't know if you're in the room still, but yeah. I think that to kind of remedy what this card means, I'm going to read the interpretation, but just off the bat, I'm receiving that I think gratitude lists, like daily gratitude, could help. But like writing it down. It's one thing to say, yeah, be grateful, but it's very hard to actually practice. It's very hard to tap into that gratitude, especially if you're in this general mood. Like, it's very hard to force your head to turn to see the cups behind you if you're fully focused on the cups that's spilled. So it's like you're gonna have to do a little bit extra work to like invite it into your life, but it's very possible. And with these cups and the beautiful view in the background, it's like life, it will be fine. Everything is going exactly as planned for you, but you, for some reason, stay focused on the spilled cup. Which I can understand. Everything has its process. So this card speaks of satiety, passivity or draining energy, dissatisfaction with surface issues, which can conceal a more fundamental lack, or paradoxically, too much of something. Attainment of an ambition only to discover it means less than expected, may indicate a need to clarify goals and identify what is most important. So yeah. Gratitude, journaling, writing down, meditation, intention, all of that. But I think you know all of this already. You're aware of how powerful. You have your own spiritual practice. I think you have your own practice. I believe it'll just be a matter of like really exercising it, really, really using it, taking it seriously, doing it every day. Like, I've had to start meditating now every day. Every day. If I don't, then I tank. And sometimes it feels like such drudging work. Sometimes I'll feel way too tired to meditate, but I have to do it knowing that it helps with the feelings of dissatisfaction, depression, all that shit, you know. Lots of depression in the air right now. So I send my love to you. Yeah. And that is the end of that. That's the end of this playlist. That is the end of this live. Again, I'm very grateful to everybody who tuned in. I'm grateful for everybody for sending their questions and for trusting me enough to read for you. And yeah, really love this work. Really, really love tarot. And I'm normally impartial to saying things like this, but I'm also saying this knowing that I have more or less the same audience tuning in. I do really have a deep love for you and for sharing space with you on earth. So thank you. And I will see you the next time I do one of these.